Everyone, happy Thursday. It's Jonathan Mathis here, aka the Sports Judge. Welcome into my sports channel. You guys are more than welcome to subscribe to this channel. That would be great. That would be awesome if you guys do. I want to thank all the viewers out there for tuning in, because without you guys, none of this is possible. So the Carolina Panthers, they improved on the season. They are now 3-0. That's good news. But the bad news is that they lose their star running back, Christian McCaffrey. He leaves the game in the second quarter due to a hamstring injury. So now this puts more pressure on Sam Darnold, and it puts more pressure on Joe Brady, because now Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, has to get more creative with his offense in the absence of Christian McCaffrey, because this offense is ran through Christian McCaffrey. But now that you don't have him, this makes it much harder for Joe Brady, and now he has to come up with more creative plays on offense and help alleviate some of the pressure on Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold has shown growth. He has shown improvement. He has gotten better week in and week out. What you don't want is you don't want him to revert to the Sam Darnold he was when he played for the Jets. You don't want him to feel like he's doing this alone, because what this does, it puts him in a situation where he feels he has to do everything and that he has to carry the weight on his shoulders, and then that, could be all bad for him. He could falter. The offense can sputter a bit, not be able to find themselves, because Sam Darnold is not himself. So Sam Darnold has to trust in the defense, because the defense has done its job, and now it's important for the defense to continue to be as effective and dominant as it has been, because now, this helps Sam Darnold in a huge way. So now Sam Darnold just needs to, trust in the defense, see what the defense can give him. Hopefully they could come up with a 3-and-out, and he could come back on the field. They can put him in a great situation where he gets the ball back, and he can lead the offense. But overall, it was another great performance by Sam Darnold. I like what he is doing. He threw for 304 yards and ran for 2 touchdowns, and the Carolina Panthers were able to ease past the Houston Texans 24-9 on Thursday night, despite losing Christian McCaffrey. They're 3-0 for the first time since 2015, when they opened the season 14-0 and reached the Super Bowl that year. And Carolina's top defense put the squeeze on Houston, didn't really allow them to get into a rhythm, didn't let them take over the game, didn't let them really score much. The rookie quarterback, Davis Mills, in his first career start, he was sacked, 4 times, and this defense was able to hold him to 168 yards passing. So Mills was pressed into action after Tyrod Taylor suffered, how crazy is this, a hamstring injury last Sunday and was placed on injured reserve. And tonight, Christian McCaffrey suffered the same injury. It's really crazy. But, this Panthers team has a really, really good coaching staff. I think Joe Brady in the future will be a head coach somewhere in the NFL. He can definitely be a top coaching candidate in the near future, and he can go somewhere in the NFL and he can thrive, because this man is really a great offensive coordinator. He has a vast understanding for the offense. He's very creative. He has dialed up some good plays, and now it's going to be interesting to see what type of plays he can dial up now that they are without Run CMC. Going forward, it's a tough loss. Because like I said earlier, Christian McCaffrey is definitely the meat and potatoes of your offense. You know, you kind of run everything through him, and now you have to change things up a bit because he is not available for you due to injury. So this gives the Carolina Panthers a totally different look, and we'll see what happens in the upcoming weeks. But with a defense like theirs, as stout as the defense is, this defense can carry the Carolina Panthers very deep into the playoffs. Very deep. If this defense plays like this, they like to blitz. They like to come at you early. They set the tone by rushing you and getting to the quarterback. They put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and that's what we saw tonight from this defense. They didn't really give Davis Mills much of a chance to be effective, to show what he is capable of doing as a quarterback. The defense made it very, very difficult for him, and it caused a lot of havoc tonight for him. But if I'm Sam Darnold, I'm not too concerned. And, now, with that defense behind you, you don't really, there's not a lot of pressure on your shoulders like it was in New York. And also, he didn't have the best coach in New York either, as well. And New York was a train wreck because they didn't have a good offensive line around them either. That offensive line couldn't, build a wall around him. So, he would get rushed. He would, force a lot of throws because he felt obligated to do so. And he would get in a lot of trouble with the Jets simply because they didn't have an offensive line. And also because he was reckless back then. Because, again, he would rush a lot of his throws, and he wouldn't always make smart decisions with the football. Well, you have seen growth. You have seen prosperity. You have seen a man that has matured. And like a lot of his teammates say, he has great leadership. He shows great leadership qualities. And you saw that tonight. He has come in there. He has become a leader in that locker room. He has elevated everyone around him, made his teammates better. He has reunited with his former wide receiver, who he has great chemistry with, which is Robbie Anderson. And then he has DJ Moore, and he has other weapons around him that can also be beneficial to his effectiveness and his greatness as well. So, Sam Darnold is in a good position. He's 3-0, so it's not a moment to panic. I think the Carolina Panthers will be fine, and there's not much to worry about. Good night, everyone. You guys take care. Again, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and also join me and my crew tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, for another episode of Just Say the Truth, part of the ASAP network. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. We have our own page there, ASAP Sports Network, all plays, all sports network. You guys will like it. It's great content there. We have great co-hosts. My colleagues are wonderful. They're great people. And, we love to put on a show for you guys. So be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, for another episode of Just Say the Truth. We have a lot of fun on that show. Sometimes it gets a little wild and crazy, but hey, that's a good thing. You don't want a dull and dry show, right? Or else you'll probably click off. So again, check us out. We do big things over there, and we always appreciate our viewers. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now. You guys have a wonderful night. Take care, everyone.